Hello and welcome to Dire Bear. It's Tuesday night, so we'll be playing The World at War, our Scion 2nd Edition Chronicle. I'll be your story guide for the evening. I'm Jason from Over the Nerd Turtle Network. And with me as usual will be Sarah playing Sasha, Eric playing Connor, Rap playing Jaden, Duba playing Robert, and Deca playing Talarius. Back on cams.
For now.
Anyway,
Special guest appearance by Deca.
Special guest
until he
appearance.
displeases the tech gods again.
Until I buy a new laptop.
Or, Texas's infrastructure falls apart again.
Again. We're 8 minutes away from it.
Only 8?
We were 8 minutes away from total collapse.
Nice. By which I mean not nice at all. Alright, last week we had a big session. You were apparently led into it. You were setting up a trap for James Dorrance, but were apparently led into a trap yourselves. But it still wound up going pretty bad for James. I believe he got baseball batted through a wall.
3 of them, actually.
Goo.
And then a metal shipping container.
And one of those walls was a window, so we'll count it as half.
Okay, fine.
Though it went worse for a couple of his guys that were still fighting as elemental creatures seemed to erupt out of them.
Yes.
Living little empty skin sacks. It was kind of gross.
The dogs enjoyed rolling in it afterwards.
Yes, they did.
That is actually gross.
While this was going on, there was gunfire from outside where your backup was supposed to be. I believe Samuel the Satyr had basically told you that the Northside boys, the gang you had made an alliance with, had apparently turned on you. And had started trying to shoot him and the dogs, him and the pets.
Yeah, they're dog adjacent.
But that was about all you found out, because there were sirens in the distance, and y'all were deciding to bug out. I think you left any gang members other than James. You took James with you.
I was also going to say, as just before, like, we hear sirens and whatnot, I look at everyone and go, they go to my place. Nobody talk to anybody else. No media, no nothing. Looks at Connor, and then, cool. I'm gonna go that way to the front and talk to the cops.
All right, so everybody's bugging out except Talarius, who's staying behind to talk to the cops.
He just walks like very pretty as he please through. Like I didn't just watch somebody get their ass pushed through 2.5 windows.
All right, so you're standing outside as the police pull up.
I'm just gonna keep walking. If they stop me, they stop me. I'm gonna keep walking like nothing happened, and then if they stop me, then I will stop.
Like you're walking towards them, or you're walking away from them?
Away from them.
Okay, so they pull up and you're just walking down the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Before they park, they flash on the sirens. Well, I guess the sirens have already been going, but they pull up. They start getting out. One of the cops asks you to stop.
Can I help you, sir?
We got a call of a disturbance in the area. And, he looks over at, or let's see, y'all were one street over, so y'all wouldn't be able to see the van from there. But
sure.
He goes, we got multiple calls about gunshots.
Gangs are pretty prevalent over here. I mean, it's you kind of get deafened about it after a while.
So you didn't hear anything?
I heard gunshots, but it was just gunshots. Like I said, it's just what you hear in this side of town. Didn't think anything of it.
How good a liar are you?
Pretty good. Not as good as I am telling the truth, ironically, but I'm pretty good at it.
All right, give me persuasion and
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Manipulation?
yeah, manipulation.
Okay.
And what does words of honey do?
People just, I'm good at talking.
Okay.
Manipulation, persuasion. You said we were at 2 momentum?
We are.
I'm not going to spend any. I was just checking.
I thought we were at 4.
I don't know. I've got 2 written down.
2
I
successes.
Oh, yeah, we spent 2.
when I sent James plowing through
I just forgot to account for it.
all that.
That is rectified.
3 successes.
Okay. Oh, guess it would probably help if I got some dice down.
Nah.
Well, you know, I was getting ready to hit for the stream to start up, and I felt like I was forgetting something. But... okay. The officer seems to be buying what you're selling.
Yeah. Just, another day in Olympus. Are you from this area? Because that's kind of just, an everyday thing. And if people would do something about it, maybe gunshots would be like a less, prevalent thing, and maybe people would pay mind to it.
Yeah, he's from the closest precinct.
Sure.
And yeah, he knows it's rough, but a lot of automatic gunfire is still a little unusual.
Fair enough.
As he's talking to you, hear something come over his radio. Sounds like they found the where you had left, where Sam had parked, and where the other van full
They
of
shot up the van.
Northside boys. Yeah, they found the shot up van.
Okay. Well, you have a good day, officer. Sounds like you have a job to do. Walks off.
He tells you to be careful.
Giving them enough time to bounce out.
Yeah, the cars start to move over. Because the outside of the building y'all went into, there's no sign of... there's no sign of any damage on the front.
Yeah.
I think there's a busted window in the back. So I won't say
That's
how
the
Connor...
one Connor went through, yeah.
Yeah.
But with the kind of area.
One of the Connors.
Blends in.
Alright, so you're able to kind of...
Yeah.
Trot
Walk my
off
way out.
scot-free.
After that, I'll call an Uber and just be like, okay, take me to my place. Not saying take me to my place, but I'll just be going to my place.
Someday you'll be famous enough to do that. All the Uber drivers in town will just know you. You'll get in. Take me to my place. Yes, sir. Luckily, none of the cops recognized you.
Yeah.
That is something.
Something about being from the other.
Well,
something about being from the other precinct or something.
Wasn't he or weren't they in disguise? Because
oh, that's right. They would have
definitely
been right now. Yeah.
They were definitely in a hoodie and like jeans.
Yeah.
That's right. So it's not as unusual that they didn't recognize you.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was trying to look not like themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't want James to recognize you till it was too late.
Yep. And then the only one he saw was a speeding Connor.
Pew!
Then he didn't see anything.
Do I recognize that blur? Oh shit!
Basically.
You're like processing it while you're midair.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that freeze frame. So I guess you're wondering how I got here.
Basically.
Oh, that would have been a good way to start the adventure. I would just have had to, but I would have had to have known in advance that Connor was going to do that. All right, so y'all all make it back to Talarius's apartment without any trouble. Assuming that's where all of y'all go straight away. One of the Connors was running with James. The rest of you
can't move at FTL speeds.
Yeah, I can't remember. Did y'all load up in a car, or did y'all just like run the next block over and we're gonna call somebody? I forget.
I don't know if
technically Jaden can run decent speed. and she has the strength, the athletics to pick up Spruce and run off with him. So
That's right. You may have grabbed both dogs.
If not, we would have tried to pass Smoochums off to Doppelganger.
Okay. Anyway, everybody gets back to Polaris' apartment. Fine. So, what are y'all gonna do with old James? He is still unconscious at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we should turn him over to the police.
We should, but I'm sure we all have questions for him.
Point of note. Connor didn't show up with James.
Oh,
All right. In that case, let's cut to Connor. What is Connor doing with James?
Sure.
He has gone to a one of his sort of safe house areas around his neighborhood, and then he sends out a text to the group, say, "Meet me here. Do not be seen coming this way."
is it more safe than where I am? I don't. Whatever.
It's less known. It's not associated with all of us now.
I guess.
Benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, sure. I will. Is there? As I look outside, are there still people like fan personing over me? If I like look out the windows or something.
Let's see. This is a bit later at night. No, it's sidewalk's pretty clear at the moment.
Got that one weirdo that's like camped outside, like, oh my god, there they are. Okay, then easy enough to not be seen then. And then the security detail that was spying on me.
You don't see them this time.
Okay.
Sasha will leave Smoochums at Tellerace's with strict instructions to be a good boy.
If Sam does something you don't like, eat him.
Do not eat Sam. Do not make a mess. Take a nap. You were a good boy. Head pap, head pap, head pap.
Oh, and before everybody leaves, because I do remember Doppelganger was Conger. I keep doing that. Doppelganger is the one that sort of brought the dogs with him because he can move fast and he can carry a lot of weight. He will stop everybody and say, "Look, this is one of the few safe houses that Connor's got. It's where he needs to go when he needs to lay low. If any of you breach that trust that he's showing you to take you there, it's not going to end well for you."
Okie
And
dokie.
which means no phones out.
Here I am, broadcast from
Okay.
my buddy's secret base.
Sasha,
This is a means to an end. This isn't like,
just keep him in line, please.
You act like I can do that. Oh, let's go. Let's go.
And then the doppelganger will smack himself in the leg and dissipate himself.
You could have just at least watched the.
just gets like a kitchen knife and
You could have at least watched the dogs or the. Let's just go.
let's go.
Meanwhile, Connor using this time for them journeying to his place. Hopefully stealthily.
Yeah.
Or
Windows
incognito.
down, blaring
Look,
music.
the Uber guy that dropped off at the front door seemed pretty trustworthy. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
No. We're smart enough to go like a block away or whatever.
But he'll just kind of be sitting there in front of a chained up James that he has chained to one of those really thick metal support beams. And he'll just staff out, just dong, 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 just lightly tapping him on the head.
James starts to rouse up.
I'm even more of a concussion.
Hello, James.
Crap.
Your sound cut out there.
Oh, I
There
may
we
have
go.
just
There
said
you
I may have just said it too quietly.
Yeah.
He just looks around and kind of goes, crap.
Yeah. Didn't know your buddies could explode.
It's like he kind of tries to look down at his shirt and kind of start.
Oh, no, nothing I put on you, but apparently your friends swelled up like balloons, and they're just sacks of skin that elemental creatures used to live in. Happen to know anything about that? As he is drinking some tea.
The only thing he stores in safe houses.
No, he's got
Bananas.
in each of his safe houses, he has enough supplies that he can live in them incognito for about a week and a half if he needs to lay low. Because he has these because vigilante work. so he
it's like
needs
tea and
multiple places.
MREs or something.
Basically, yeah. Dried fruits, things like that.
Stuff that lasts.
Yeah.
How many of them died?
Well, there was one that turned into a water thing, one that tried to turn into a storm cloud. So those two at the very least. The others were knocked out.
All right, they'll be fine then. Why aren't they here with me?
You see, we left them there for the police to deal with. I mean, your buddies, like, Bad Bob Briggs and the other one, seem to be pretty okay with them, so figure they won't at least die in prison.
The whole time you've been talking, he's been kind of shuffling around a little bit.
By the way, try to get out of those chains. I'll just do to you again what I did to you in the warehouse.
Where's my necklace?
What necklace?
All right, who was it that spotted the necklace last time and took it off of him?
That was Talarius.
Hilarious.
Sasha spotted it.
Hilarious
Hilarious took it
grabbed
off.
it.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Connor
Connor,
didn't say anything about it, but
Connor legitimately does not know.
he
They
was
would have left
outside.
it. They would have left it in Hilarious' house.
Would she have seen him take it out? Because she knows if it's a magical item.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'd have known he had it then.
Okay, yeah, she would have grilled him on that because she knew he had something on him.
Yeah.
Where did you?
We can worry about that after this
Yeah.
interrogation.
Well, yeah.
I was wearing a necklace with a little amulet on it.
Ah, relic of some kind?
It was protecting us from side effects. If I don't have it on, any of my guys that were arrested, they tried to use their abilities to escape, they'll probably lose control. Like you saw.
So I guess that means you shouldn't try to use your abilities to escape then, huh?
No.
Alright, well...
But it means you need to contact the police. They might not be developed enough to survive, but if a fire elemental erupts out of somebody and sets the police station on fire, that seems like something you might be concerned about.
Yeah, it is. He'll send a text to, since Talarius is kind of our PR person, he'll say, just got a bit of info, you might want to warn the police that the people with James might explode.
Like on our way, and I'm just like, oh, that's great. Just immediately
Because they
call the
don't-
police.
It's like, because they don't have amulets? Question mark.
Oh, just call the police and just be like, yeah, I'm just like try to get like a detective or whatever unit might have apprehended.
Let's see. You call in
I
the whatever precinct is up there. You get the desk
mhm.
sergeant.
I understand there were some what are they called, North Street Boys or whatever.
That's one of the gangs up here, yeah.
And some Alpha Dawgz got into an altercation. It's very important that you all be careful dealing with them because some of them are a little supernaturally charged, and if they try to use their powers, they will, for lack of a better term, explode. I am not being facetious. I promise you.
Uh-huh. Right. Exploding gang members. I'll be sure to pass that note along.
To your police station. Just fix.
Okay.
All right, I did that.
All right.
Just
James is
check mark.
still looking around. But if you sent them to the police, why am I here?
Well, you have been the one that's kind of been the figurehead of all this. And I don't know about you, but I don't know how much you know. Actually, how much do you know about the Shin?
The what?
The Shin. How much do you know about them?
The shin.
Yes.
Like the lower part of your leg?
No. The Chinese pantheon.
Oh. They're Chinese?
Okay. See, you decided to call me out before at the station. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know who it is you really called out? I mean, I kind of showed you earlier, but do you really know?
Yeah, you're a kung fu guy from
Yeah.
from whatever neighborhood that is.
Yeah, he just sort of rests his chin in his hand. See, one of your old buddies, he figured it out, although the way he put it, he said my mom fucked a monkey, which is very untrue. I am related to Sun Wukong, though.
That name doesn't mean much to me, man.
Yeah. Well, since you've been all about conquest and fighting all that, let me put it to you another way. He is the god that soloed the entire Chinese pantheon in one. And you decided to call out his child.
Is
to
this
a
you beating
fight.
around the bush to tell me you're a badass?
No, this is me telling you why what you did was a bad idea.
Are all the Shin this long-winded?
Maybe.
Deca,
Yes.
your camera seems to keep doing like this. I can see
Uh-huh.
your mouth when we started, and then I can only see your nose, and then I can only see your
How's
eyes.
that?
Much
It's
better.
drifting. Main point I wanted to make is you decided. I'm not sure why you decided to make an enemy of me, really. You attacked my grandfather for one thing. That's just put you on my shit list. Long story short, I don't give a damn what happens to you. Only reason you're alive is because some friends of mine wanted you to live. I would have cheerfully snapped your neck in that warehouse and called it a day.
I can respect that. What do they want me alive for?
Well, what you gave me a little bit ago. Information.
About this time, everybody else is arriving.
So. And he'll just sort of pause and go, They'll trickle in when they trickle in. So where did you
Door
get these
opens as he says
powers
that.
of yours from? You all see James literally chained with like heavy-duty industrial chains wrapped around a massive pillar. And Connor's just sitting there in front of him sipping some tea.
It's very
That
Bond
seems-
villain of you.
That seems a bit excessive.
Well, if he explodes, then the chains will take the most of it.
I don't know if that math checks out.
Well, from the sounds of things, he'll detonate into a fire elemental, which means I just
Why?
shove you all out the door.
Why would he explode?
Using his powers without that amulet of his, apparently.
The
But he would also
one-
perish, and he doesn't want to do that.
Apparently, that's why the other two turned into meat sacks.
When we return to the apartment, I will be looking at that.
Okay.
So, James, feel like spilling the beans?
I got nothing to say to you.
All right. Then he'll just look over at Talarius and is like, have fun. He'll just get up and he'll just go sit down in the corner, sip at his tea.
Connor was playing the good cop. Clearly, Talarius has to play the bad cop now.
Talarius is just like, what?
Talarius is the one that has the powers that can compel people to talk.
I shall lash him with
That's
harsh
true.
language.
That is
Who's
true.
aware of that. What Connor can do is backhand him into next week. Because athletics 5, close combat 5, might 5.
Yeah, that's fair. I will imbue a legend and attempt to activate Nothing But the Truth on him.
All right.
Sasha will also
As-
be watching because she knows his full name, so she can kind of read if he's lying.
Okay.
Well, not even lying, just.
So,
So she'd
my
be using
presence versus
empathy and what do you think? Empathy and cunning, empathy and manipulation.
there really has to be a better way to roll roll plus my legend. My presence versus their manipulation, and then add our legend. Is the legend just flat?
Yeah. Your legend is 1.
Right.
And they, what did you
But
say
is
they
it- is
resisted
it-
with?
Manipulation.
Okay.
Hey, let me double check. Presence versus manipulation.
Okay.
No successes. So
Hey, one quantum.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't guess he had to roll since you got no successes. All right, so you fail to trigger that.
Yeah.
Or it fails to take hold of him.
One
Sure.
momentum.
What questions do you ask him?
you clearly answer to somebody because just call it a divine hunch. So, I mean, the faster you tell us, the sooner you can go to the police to rot or, I don't know, burn with whoever may explode, because they didn't seem very keen on the whole exploding gangsters thing. Which, at this point, it's like, okay, we told them.
I don't answer to nobody. I'm my own man.
No, you're not. You like to pretend you're your own man, but I mean, you're not. You answer
don't
to
know
somebody
anything.
just like those other. You answer to somebody just like those other gangsters did. They answer to you. You answer to someone else. You're just a little higher on the food chain. That's how these fucking gangs work. There's always someone else on top, and it's someone else is on top of them, and it gets on and on and on like that.
Connor from behind him, one brow raised in his head, going, "The fuck do you know? I lived that life."
They're not wrong.
Whatever.
I can do this all day.
Then if
Do
you
this all
don't want
night.
to do it yourself, how about we talk about Tyler?
Yeah, what the hell
Who was
happened to
that
him?
small child?
Do I need to smack somebody else into next week?
Let's see. Which one was Tyler?
The
That
gang
was-
leader.
Oh, that's right. He's the head of the Northside Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, what about him? I had something he was willing to trade all y'all for.
Did we see this? Do we end up ever seeing that small child, or was that
Jaden
Uh,
saw
still
her.
just a?
And she's gonna look and be like, "What? The little girl?"
Yeah, it's his
Oh, so
brat.
you're just into kidnapping now? Sure. Of course you are. Of course you are.
So who's the girl? Who's this girl? What's going on?
His daughter, apparently. There was a little girl in the room when he went into the room.
A gang leader shouldn't have a soft spot like that.
Everybody has one.
I don't.
You do.
Hey,
It's
dude.
right
Sure you
between your ribs where your heart lies.
She's got a point. Graphic as it may be.
James,
Well, who doesn't
Dornan,
like a woman?
tire-
That's the quickest way to a man's heart.
James Alexander Dornan, I tire of your trickery, your deceit, and your utter bullshit. Just tell us what's going on, and we won't leave you trussed up in front of the police station in a box saying lost puppy.
That's actually better than what I had.
Connor's snickering in the background, by the way.
All that's
Oh, and if
going on is I'm building a power base here in town.
Why this town? You left this town. There are far better towns to build a power base at. Is it because of the ties that you have here, the power that you hold here through your associates?
I know some folks. It's my home, so I know it. That's and there wasn't any major gang presence here. Little independent outfits like the Northside Boys, but that's about it. It should have been relatively easy to take over.
And yet,
Well, I
Why
didn't
the
expect to run
relic?
into a squad of you freaks.
You could have taken it over simply with force of personality and money. Why use the relic in a supernatural spin?
Intimidation scares people more. Gives you an ace. Something your opponents won't have.
Apparently, you miscalculated this place.
Only you guys.
you sound as
Olympus
though
wasn't supposed to have a band running around.
Times have changed since you ran with your tail tucked between your legs.
Clearly.
you're just gonna leave, come back with something bigger. Assuming you live.
Well, I assume if you hand me over to the police, I'll be going to jail.
There's a
Not
key
with you
word
just
there.
saying you could know people. We don't know who you know. Take you to the cops,
Oh.
and you'll probably be right out.
I'll also say the police don't know that you were even there. You could just not be there.
I'm pretty sure they'll get the fact that I was there out of one of the boys. They'll probably even be able to identify some of you.
Not likely. I go out in a wig, and your idiot goons don't know who I am.
I mean, I had one of your guys in my face, and he still didn't recognize me in the beginning. I mean, don't know if he did at the end anyway.
I thought all of them, this is just me out of character, I thought all of them, once that necklace was taken off, kind of dissolved / exploded.
Not the ones that were already knocked out.
Okay.
The ones not, yeah, because their powers weren't activated.
Well, that's your theory on why.
Yeah. Anyway.
Thing is, James, I can get information from you if you're alive or dead. I don't need you breathing. And honestly, I don't need all the information.
I've been answering your questions. I don't know what else you want from me.
Why
Who's the
the
god?
Thea?
Okay. One of you go.
Go ahead, Deca.
Who's the god?
I don't get. I don't understand what you're saying.
You've the supernatural doesn't come from nothing. It comes from something. It could be a relic, but that relic came from somewhere. Something. Your powers came from something.
Yeah, elemental spirits. It's my understanding. An old alumni
From who?
offered to help me out. Back,
Old alumni?
back before the frat house burned down. I didn't really know what I was doing, so how that fire got started. Then I left. Then when everybody
Right,
assumed I
old-
was dead, I left town and mastered my abilities before I came back and started, sharing the love.
Does that old alumni have a name?
Not that he gave me.
Alumni usually have names.
With her, kind of keeping that look on him and knowing his full name and all that, can she tell if he's lying or not?
Give me a roll.
Yay, on the
Okay.
successes.
What do you want me to roll?
What did we say it was going to be? Empathy and
I'll do manipulation, cunning.
this is kind of social, but I could see it being cunning or manipulations because you're kind of looking for, how to lie. Manipulation would help you lie. I could see it helping you spot. Cunning or manipulation, whichever one you want.
They're both the same, so we'll just use manipulation, and then I got 2 additional enhancement on there. So 4 success.
Okay. And that extra 2 is coming from the whole middle name thing or full name thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Knowing the full name. The Heku purview.
The only thing he's being less than completely truthful, or that you're sure he's being less than completely truthful on, is when he's saying the alumni didn't give him his name.
He had a name. James Alexander Dornan. Don't lie to me.
I don't remember the name. I think he took it from me.
Took the knowledge of the name from you?
I think so. At this point, he's got kind of there's some slight confusion there, a little concern, like he doesn't like the idea that somebody could pluck something out of his head like that.
Ah, you got played, huh?
Yeah, I can't blame the man for protecting himself. Assuming it was a man. Well, it's a fraternity, it would have to be, I guess.
You never know. And she'll kind of shift her
did.
face to a more masculine features.
He goes, huh? Dude looks like a lady. Or, I guess
And there are many gods in many pantheons that can change their appearance and excel in drawing things out of minds.
Well, clearly the
got
info
me.
you want from me has already been pulled out of mine, so good luck there.
We already had limited faculties to work with. So what do you propose we do with you? If not, snap your neck and leave you for the dogs.
Sounds like y'all are running y'all's own gang. So, what would it take for me to get out of here as if scot-free?
Scot-free probably isn't happening.
Well, we can start bargaining at that point and work our way down. What do y'all want? What could I give you? I've got money if you need that.
Don't need money.
I've
Money
got
is
contacts.
ephemeral. Contacts that are loyal to you, not to us.
Yeah, doesn't mean they couldn't do something for you. And you know, there's a couple of folk that they're not loyal to me. I've got something on them.
And the other child's kidnapped, perhaps?
No.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be careful with too many kidnappings. People start to notice. You got to keep the brat alive. A lot of trouble.
The fact that
I
you
was
know
never a
this
good pet owner.
and seem to have expertise about this doesn't make me want to let you live anymore.
Aside from the fact that what he's saying is actually a pretty amateur way to go with a kidnapping.
Look, clearly you've got me at the disadvantage. I just want to get out of here. There's got to be something you want. I don't think you'd have brought me here if there wasn't something you wanted.
Information, but you got none.
Yeah, we already kind of sussed out everything you told us for the most part.
I'm all for you leaving and doing whatever the hell you want elsewhere. Don't let our names sully your lips again.
That's fair, yeah.
If everyone else agrees. And you take all of your merry little band with you. You don't touch any of our families. You don't touch any of businesses attached to our families. You take all of your little puppies and go play somewhere else and hope you don't find someone like us again with less mercy.
Deal. Y'all let me go. I'll skip town. You'll never see me again.
She'll kind of look over at everyone else, if that is agreeable with others.
I suppose. Just sitting in a jail is just gonna...
We take a hand.
Physically take one of his hands?
I have a better idea. As Connor will just sort of kickflip up from his seated position. He leaves, never darkens this city again, him or any of his ilk. However, he owes us use of his information network.
He kind of shrugged his shoulders. All right.
Now, the real question is, how valuable is that network? So start talking.
We got contacts in most police precincts throughout the town. A lot of times it's just an officer or a detective that lets us in on some stuff. There's a couple of commissioners or police chiefs rather that we've got. Some of them are old alumni.
I mean, if we're doing that, if you're just gonna get out anyway, you might as well go to jail. If you're just gonna get out on good behavior.
Hey man.
So
the deal she was making with me was I walk. If he's adding the network thing to it, I can give you a couple of names. I got a couple of files on that, they can get you any current goings on in the city, or they basically are my information network. So, and if you've got the goods on them, that'll ensure their loyalty to you as much as they were loyal to me to begin with.
And what are these goods that you had on them?
It varied from person to person.
She'll kind of look over. Do we
Cheating
need to
on,
have a side? Go ahead.
he's like cheating on spouses, cheating on their taxes. One guy, hit somebody with their car and drove off, and we've got evidence of it. A lot of career ruining kind of stuff, career or personal life ruining.
She kind of looks over at everyone. Do we need to step away and speak of this before we make a decision?
I'm good with the decisions you all make. I trust you all.
I just don't think killing someone's going to get us anything.
No.
You have to sometimes, though.
Yes, it would be
You do have to
satisfying to
sometimes.
make him to a bloody smear on this concrete, but
So, do you have that information on you? The evidence, so to speak.
We'd have to go get it from a stash.
Where's the stash?
I'll be happy to take you there.
No, that's the plan, because you're not leaving my sight.
Let's go.
and of course, this all stays between us.
Mom's the word.
Good, because if you change your mind on that, I have people on the other side waiting for a taste of you.
Lady, I spent years building up my abilities. Y'all took me down in like a minute. I'm not looking to tangle with y'all anymore.
I'm glad we have an understanding.
And Connor will unlatch the chains. Then he'll take a blindfold James. And he'll say, "What side of the city?"
Just south of the Beltline. The Alpha Dawgz territory.
Right. He'll look back at everyone and say, "You all stay here."
Oh, I'll need my amulet back too.
That wasn't part of the deal.
Well, I'd rather not explode, so
Well,
Then
then
don't
I
use
guess
your
you don't use
powers.
your powers.
I don't know if that'll work long term.
Well, then
Well-
that's, I guess, a risk you're gonna have to take.
Or if you're a good boy, you might be able to negotiate it. So for now, we'll see. And then he will, clutching the back of this guy's shirt, activate Heavenly Stride and just launch at blurring speeds so nobody can see them.
All the rest of you just hear, ah!
God, I hate FTL. It's such a weird game.
I will be right back.
The cat demands.
All right, so you race him across town.
Phone.
Well, not across town.
Mm-hmm.
He gives you the address. You show up. There's a couple of his guys there, kind of guarding the place. When you show up holding their balls blindfolded, guns come out.
You really don't want to do that.
Put them down, boys. Put them down.
And he'll take off the blindfold.
And he carries you upstairs. There's a couple of guys inside. Not a whole lot. This is clearly not somewhere where they keep like a bulk of their people.
Mm.
But takes you upstairs to an office. Kind of an old school safe in the wall kind of thing,
Yeah.
He pulls out 3, fairly large envelopes.
Mm.
Yeah, each of them's got a name written on it.
Okay.
But he basically says, there's flash drives. It's some of these have photos, printed photos already in there. They've all got flash drives with backups of the information.
Right.
And if you want him to, he'll open it up and he'll even show you some of the stuff.
Yeah, he'll take a look.
Okay. So you got a city councilman that had, hit a pedestrian and drove off.
Hold on, I'm gonna write this down. City councilman hit and run, and he killed the guy, or just did the guy survive?
No, the person he hit was a young lady. She died. Let's see. I was going to give y'all names. I thought I had a random list written down already. Ah, there we are. So yeah, the councilman is named Jonathan Jacinto. Jacinto, however you say it.
How do you spell it?
Cascinto.
Gasisto?
I guess I've only seen it written down. I've never heard it pronounced.
Okay.
You have a police chief.
Okay.
Named Garrett Larcy.
Does that look like the chief we saw at the diner?
No, it does not.
And what was the name again?
Garrett Garrett. Larossi, Larosee.
Mm-hmm.
What's the dirt on that one?
Pardon?
What's the dirt on that
what
one?
was his?
Oh, right. Wow.
Bless you, Duba.
Yeah, it was.
Thank you.
I wasn't sure who that was. Let's see, where was it, Garrett? General corruption, taking bribes. They've got evidence of him being in the pocket of some of the other gangs in the city. He has tampered with. They've got evidence of him having tampered with evidence at the behest of some of these other gangs.
Okay.
And then there is a the last one envelope he pulls out for you is Violetta Sandquist. And she owns she is the owner of the city's biggest paper. She also owns one of the local affiliate stations, not the one that burned down, but one of the other TV stations. She owns the local station.
Gotcha.
How do you spell
so
her
kind of
last
media,
name?
local media mogul kind of thing. Violeta, and then Sandquist.
That was a lot of letters that just went by.
Yes.
It's also a cat.
Yeah, it's Scully. Her allergies are acting up. Come here, baby girl. Let mommy clean.
Me too, Scully. Me too.
I like that. Also a cat, and all the cat owners immediately look around. Is it mine? No.
Which cat? Where's that little shit?
I just know it's mine because she's like, Mom, I want your attention, and her nail went like into my elbow for a little bit.
Pain brings attention.
Yeah.
It also brings yeeting a cat.
Please
do
don't
that on
eat a
Twitch.
cat
You'll
on
get
camera.
banned.
I'm not gonna eat her on camera. Just I'll be like, floor.
Gently yeet the cat from like 2 inches above the ground onto a soft surface, lovingly.
I just like pass her off onto the table where I got a blanket for her to sleep on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and what was her deal?
She was
What
the
dirt
owner of the
does
newspaper.
No, but what dirt
Ooh.
does
What
he
is
have?
her sin?
Yeah.
Long time affair. Politically, she's known to be fairly conservative, and she's having an affair behind her husband's back with a woman.
Okay.
All the
So
tea.
it's not so much that, you know, society would come down on her, but like her kind of power base, if you will, within the city would potentially
Her
turn on her.
constituents.
Yeah. I mean, she's not an elected official, but
Yeah.
there is talk of her going into politics. But as far as you know, none of her, nothing they've got evidence of is anything crime related with her.
Okay.
If anyone can just yeet me the other ones since I had stepped away, I'll add them to my notes.
And
Okay.
Connor he'll put them back in the safe, close the safe. What's the combination?
He gives you the combination, shows you how to do it,
Okay. And then he just physically picks up the safe.
just out of the wall.
Yep. And then just under his arm. What?
Clearly, I went to the wrong guys for power.
Yeah. Clearly you did. So,
Here you go.
while I don't have the rest of the peanut gallery here, I used to run with a gang. Did you know that?
Let's see, how much background? They did some background. Does Connor have a police record of those days?
A bit, yeah. It's like petty stuff, nothing major.
Okay.
And once his grandfather came and got him, it just stopped after that. So he's
So
kind
it
of
would probably all be
considered clean.
sealed. If it was
Yeah.
all stuff he was doing as a minor, it's probably all sealed now anyway.
Yeah.
But no, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah. You said you went to the wrong people for power. Perhaps, depending on how things go, we might be able to grant you some power in the future. But that means you work for us. And no one else.
So I mean, I get to stay in town?
That means you might be able to come back to town. For
All
right
fair
now,
enough.
the deal is as stands. None of them know what life was like in this parts of town. I lived it, they did not. I understand the value of having some underground contacts in a network.
All right. He's like, no promises, but we could definitely bargain later.
Right. He'll pull out one of his burners. It's like, you input your number in here.
He takes it, puts in a number. This isn't a number that I'll have handy that I can answer immediately, but just leave a message and I'll know to get back to you. I check it pretty regular.
Yeah. And then he'll pocket the burner. Well then, I believe you have a message to send out, don't you?
I'll start clearing my boys out.
Good. As a sign of good faith, considering you've been rather helpful, I will give you 2 days to start organizing your people and getting them out. If you stay much longer than that, then I will start coming to supervise.
2 days should be enough.
Good. I do hope we don't have to have this conversation again. Which at that point he'll tap the staff that's behind his ear, the same one that put him through 3 walls in a shipping container.
Yeah, he barely remembers that.
I was like, I do hope we don't have to have that conversation again.
Yeah, the first one left a pretty lasting impression on me.
That's what I'm here for. Have a good day, James. At which point he walks outside and gone. As Deca puts it, he hits FTL speeds.
All right. Now, where
As
did you
he's
see?
coming-
Did the rest of y'all fall back to Talaris's apartment once Connor
No,
left?
we were still in Connor's bunker.
We got told to stay.
Oh, that's right.
We
Yeah.
we were
While
good
he's-
kids. We stayed.
Yeah. While he's talking or zooming past and in the process of talking, I'll turn to Sasha and be like, "Well, I mean, I guess you know what the thing does now."
I'm still interested in examining it, even though he doesn't remember the god or power that gave that to him. Typically, most relics with power like that bear some kind of mark to tie back to their pantheon or god.
If you say so. It's in a safe spot in my place. Phew! Monkey.
Oh, also, Jason, I do want to say that considering the whole fate binding thing,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you want to play that of using his epic strength as sort of like to form a sort of kind of bond of camaraderie with James. Is sort of like a, hey, he just put me through 3 walls in a shipping container with 1 hit. Might be somebody that if he decides to call and ask and says, hey, you're working for me, might want to answer. Not sure how you want to do that, because I think it's entirely storyteller discretion when it comes to that
Let me,
stuff.
I've made a note so I don't forget about it. I'll have to put some
Sure.
thought into that.
Okay. I just wanted to sort of like put it out there as like, because he's like, this is a guy that reformed this gang and started and almost successfully took over half the city in like a week. that might be somebody you might want to pull in at some point as an underling.
So the rest of y'all are sitting around his safe house. You're poking through his stuff.
It's like 30 crates of banana pudding.
The safe house, it has, okay, so to put it in perspective, it's like it's a 3-room kind of concrete bunker. There's sort of a kitchenette / seating area that has about a week and a half's worth of food and water bottles. There's a kind of a barrack style like sleeping area, which is just like cots. Although I say cots, it's like 2 or 3, depending on if he's needing to keep somebody safe or not. And then the sort of the generator that keeps things running.
And I'm kind of assuming this is up under like an abandoned building or something.
Yeah. And he has 2 or 3 of those, depending on. He has at least 2, but 3 I'll say is at your discretion there that he has set up around the area.
So y'all just starting to get bored when he finally comes back.
Phew!
Just entire safe under his arm as he walks in. What?
Did you forget someone?
Oh, no, I didn't. We came to an understanding that if we don't see his people leaving in 2 days, I go to supervise the movement of everybody out the city with my foot up their ass. I cannot
Your
English.
food?
I cannot
Food.
English. Yeah, no,
Sounds
foot.
like a
Just
very
a
uncomfortable
banana.
place to have a banana.
Pizza. Right up.
No, no, the banana comment. Have you ever seen that one of like where where Mario got a little too crazy with Mario Kart?
Yeah,
Okay.
I have.
Yeah, see, she gets it. But no,
I have.
anyway, no.
And the rest of us have so many questions.
Yeah.
More than
We're not
Don't
going
want
to
any
ask him.
answered.
Not on stream. Not on stream.
Anyway,
I'm not asking him off stream. I don't need to know.
but he will say is like, I gave him 2 days, and if we don't see his people moving, then they all leave the city with my foot up their ass.
Fair enough. Oh, that's
Besides, and he'll set the safe down on one of the tables. This
Tables,
information seems more of your all's forte than mine.
what is it?
You have to bring the entire safe.
You can always use a good safe.
So inside the safe, y'all see the 3 large envelopes that James had shown him.
Uh-huh.
There's also some stacks of money, some bags of white powder, and a couple of handguns.
You didn't look through this, did you?
No, I saw what was in there.
I'll admit I'm fairly naive in most things, but I don't think we should have a good part of these contents on our person or near our person.
Nobody needs that much
Should we
baking
want to
soda.
be keeping a more than lawful appearance?
Yeah.
Kind of like take a little bit of the powder, just like. Yeah,
that
probably
back.
not.
That's
I'm
why.
not messing with it.
That's why we can turn this in.
Assuming you're not talking about the envelope.
No. Well, maybe.
What do we gain by turning it in? We could have acquired it anywhere.
Picked it up in one of our fights with the Alpha Dawgz. Decided to turn it in as evidence against the ones we have in jail.
Or use it to plant on potential future targets.
Ooh, that's a good plan.
That's pretty devious.
I mean, I used to do stuff similar when I ran with the gangs when I was younger.
For now, though, perhaps we shouldn't.
Fair enough. I mostly just took the safe because those folders would flap around with me moving at light speed.
Fair
Fair
enough.
point.
We should get you a backpack.
He goes off to the side, pulls out one. I can't believe I forgot to take this with me. I got excited. Gosh.
Have you tested to make sure that thing's durable enough to not break apart as you run?
It's a military backpack.
I mean, it didn't tear his clothing off, so I assume a backpack would be okay.
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
Not particularly.
Darn.
My mom, however, big
What?
fan.
I'm sorry, what?
No, that's it.
No, my friend.
No.
You heard that,
You
you heard that
don't
statement
get
correctly.
that that's it. When you say that your mother, the same one that decided to get freaky with the god of love that made you, has decided she wants a piece of me. Excuse me?
At this point, Talaris' phone starts to ring.
Pap, she just wants a little bit of the monkey meat, and she just walks off to kind of look through the folders.
Does my phone get signal down here?
Connor just like brain breaking, like does he think about like, well, she'll be able to handle a little bit of it.
Listen, my phone's vibrating right now. It's probably her. He cups the monkey man's face. You're a good looking guy. Answer the phone. Hello.
At that point, Robert would quickly insert another. Well, apparently she wants to see more of that extending staff. But anyway, moving on.
It's Samuel on your phone.
Oh, Samuel. I was expecting someone else. Hello. How can I help? you?
Hey, are you done with that jerkwad yet?
Yeah.
I just wanted to remind you, we had a victory. Now we need to have a party.
Ah.
There's one thing on that satyr's mind.
I'll say from nearby because he hadn't really moved. Did I hear party?
Why don't we meet at what's the name of that bar? What's the name of that
Rubicon?
bar?
Yeah.
Yes. So I'll meet at the Rubicon in like 30, maybe 5 for the monkey.
Are they open this late?
Probably.
It's midnightish by this point, so.
Yeah.
Closing is 2. Check on who you need to. Just meet in 30 at the Rubicon.
Cool. See you there. Sam hangs up.
Click.
Then calls immediately back. Where's the Rubicon? Because he's new to town.
Google it.
I'll text you the directions. Both times I'm expecting it to be my mom. Gotta get her a unique ringtone.
My grandmother's the same way. If that makes you feel any better or worse.
Wait, what? Okay. No. You're clarifying that statement, Sasha.
I'm not clarifying a damned thing.
Walks
have
up,
a party to go to.
hands on both sides of your face. You're clarifying that.
Nope. Not clarifying anything.
I do not want to know that
idiot sandwich
attract grandmothers.
Apparently, you attract a certain type.
Wait, was it your grandma or did she just want that for? I wonder if
he doesn't know that.
Hilarious knows that. No, can't remember if Hilarious knows that or not.
No, I don't think anyone knows. Like, she hasn't said that like in front of anyone except Sasha.
Well, so the thing is, I remember hearing her having a conversation, like as your grandmother's like dressing your wound or something.
That would have been. It would have only been her there because if it was the
I
fire
called
one.
Oh. Yeah, I called you and I was like, hey, you guys shouldn't talk to the media, and you were like, I'm fine getting stitched up, and your grandma's like, don't lie to that man.
Yeah, she may have been asking which one it was you were talking to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So anyway, y'all all meet up at the Rubicon.
Yeah.
Sasha will have sent a text to her grandmother and grandfather. I'm okay. I will see you in the morning.
Good answer.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Everyone check in with their grandparents and
Connor will go, oh yeah, that's right. Hey Sasha, you want to meet Grandpa?
You have a party to go to.
It'll take like 5 minutes.
You have a party.
Less than that, actually. Come on. If she actually lets him, he'll just grab her. He's gone.
She would allow it.
Yes.
Hilarious will text Betalanga. I'm fine. Just text me if you're okay. I'm gonna have a late night. Actually gonna enjoy myself for once.
Wait, did Hilarious even tell their mother?
About to rain. That's them doing that right there.
Oh, okay. If it's on the news tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Jaden will do a little group text with their parents to let them know that she's fine.
Mm-hmm. Everyone checks in with their mothers. Everyone's fine.
Except Robert. He just goes to the bar.
I'm about to say Robert has no reason. He's like, okay. Well, goes right in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tim and Samuel like da-da-da.
They're just like exchanging drinks.
Yeah. Well, Samuel is there when you get there. When Robert gets there.
Mm-hmm.
The clientele of the bar this late at night's a little different.
Is it more supernatural creatures?
Yes. You're pretty sure that's a harpy sitting in the corner drinking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here for that.
Mm-hmm.
Sam is not the only thing walking around on hooves.
As Jason said, at this point, Robert would probably be a little bit more amazed. Like, well, I've done seen him. I've done met technically my father, who's a dwarf. At this point, I'm going to just say the lot and say I'm going to meet a lot of different things. This is going to be a fantastic night.
There's
Question
one
from
table over
behind.
at the side
Yes.
that the guys sitting around the table aren't sitting in chairs; they're sitting on the floor, but they still come up. Not all of them
Oh,
have two
jeez.
eyes.
Question: is the harpy like drinking like one of those drinking birds?
Oh, God dang
No, it's got a
it.
human mouth, so it's
Okay.
looks like it's drinking a
I just
mojito.
wanted to check.
God, that'd be something like you just see the harpy in mid talk and it's like, hold on, I want a drink.
Stop
Yes,
making a
ladies and
panic in
gentlemen,
this
Yeah.
we
world.
bring you quality entertainment, promise.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we do.
That's that good shit.
Yeah.
The same lady is serving the drinks.
Good.
Where did I write her name down?
The tall lady. Woman, I think I wrote her name down.
I was supposed to say what the lady that practically all the men want to climb. I mean, what?
Carrie?
Yeah, Carrie.
Yep. Kary.
Carrie, tall, sexy, waitress at
Redheaded.
Rubicon, redhead and freckles.
Freckles.
Yep.
Uh huh.
But she's there, and Anthony is behind the bar.
Mhm. I just in my head I'm like the Sailor Moon meme where it's like you didn't even do anything. It's just Samuel. Whoosh.
So Samuel calls you over to the table he's at. You sit down. You put it in order. You're looking around the bar, and you catch your father sitting in the bar.
Sneaking in or like already here?
He's sitting at the bar. Big mug of
Oh,
ale.
okay.
He kind of holds it up to you like a little toast, just as somebody passes by, and then he's gone.
Would they have stopped back at Talarius's at any point?
Not yet.
Okay.
Unless he needed to.
Well, she was gonna examine that necklace.
Yeah,
We'll do that afterwards.
do
While
that.
she's probably drunk.
Priorities.
Yeah, Robert would have been like, kind of had a little, kind of like slowly getting a little wry smile and was like, kind of wanting to do the motion. And then as soon as he's gone, he's like, oh. And he's like, well, all right then.
There was a look of pride in his face, though, so it's still a warm moment.
Oh, yeah, no, he's happy to see that he was there.
Me
And
curious
smiled.
if Wukong will show up now.
It's only a matter of time.
I mean, if we bring out that rice wine, get that sake going.
All right.
Anyway, moving on.
So,
The waitress shows up and Hilarious is like, I want the biggest plate of nachos that you have ever created in your life. With
Size
bean
of
and
the
cheese.
table.
she looks over at the table with the Cyclopses and the Giant. That's a pretty big plate of nachos.
I know what I said.
I know what
Have you
I'm
seen how
about.
fast this guy can? Have you seen this guy? How fast this guy can run? He probably has a lot to burn.
Connor right there right now.
Connor's not there yet.
Oh,
Now Jaden
Yeah,
would probably be there with y'all though.
Yeah,
Hmm,
she would.
that's fair.
Yeah, the only people currently not here is
It's just
yeah.
Connor and Sasha.
She got
Mhm.
hauled.
All right, so y'all get
Mhm.
well, not y'all get hauled.
Orders.
Connor hauls Sasha over to the dojo.
Mhm.
There's still now the main lights are off, but you can see a light, and you can even from the street you can tell there's a light on in the back, like the office light is still on.
Yeah, and he'll head in the back with Sasha. Hey, Gramps.
Is there a purpose to Lord?
I'm in here. I mean, calls from the office, the lit office.
Just walks in, just holding Sasha's arm.
He's sitting there drinking tea. Well, it looks like he's just finishing off a cup of tea. Interestingly, there's another empty glass of tea on the other side of his desk with a chair that's pulled out. As you come in, he's getting up. He's taking both cups. Walks over to the sink with him.
Do you have a late night meeting?
Yeah, you could say that.
Okay. Oh, Gramps, this is Sasha, by the way.
Oh, how nice to
Hello.
meet you. He holds a hand out to.
She'll shake it.
She kind of keeps me in line.
Well, somebody needs to. Please have a seat. As Sasha sit down and
Awkward sitting.
as soon as she's not looking directly at your grandpa, he kind of wiggles his eyebrows at you, Connor.
Flips his grandpa off.
No respect for your elders.
Yeah. But Connor will take a seat too. So, job's done.
Excellent. You don't look injured. Neither of you look injured. So I assume things went fairly smoothly.
I kind of put James through 3 walls and half of a metal shipping container.
Did he survive that?
Yes, he did. 2 of his flunkies didn't, but they kind of exploded.
Did you or one of yours do that?
No, they did to themselves.
Oh, okay. Suicide rather than being captured, or
Lost control.
I guess exploding is probably quick.
Sort of. If you can
But-
consider swelling up like a balloon and then detonating into just a meat sack.
That sounds grotesque.
Yeah, it kind of was.
Did that happen to James?
No, he was unconscious. Apparently there's some relic that he had that he had to keep on him. I don't know.
Where's his relic now?
Hey Sasha, where's that relic now?
That's hilarious. It's
Okay,
We
so
need
you
to
have
look
it
at
out of
that.
his hands. You've got it contained somewhere.
He sort of dithers for a moment. So, Sasha, since I need both of you here to tell me how bad an idea this might be.
Is that why we're not going to the party? We're telling you how bad an idea is?
Oh, for all of like 5 minutes, then we're going to the party.
Okay.
So while I was securing our end, that talk I had with James, he mentioned something that he wished he had picked the right side for power. I didn't say anything affirmative or not, but I did offhandedly mention that maybe, heavy quotation marks, at some point in the future, he might be brought in as an underling at some point.
Your grandfather used a very stern look.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, and
Man.
Falcon Wolf has redeemed some points for us to all hydrate.
All right.
I don't know
works for
how
me.
long it's been sitting in the chat.
I'm out of hydration stuff. All I have left is plant food. I'm
Please
not
don't
drinking
worry.
that.
Got you covered.
Look, I know.
I'll drink extra for you, Mom.
Thanks, guys.
I know. Dumb idea. That's why I didn't say yay, nay, what have you.
A man with his head in the mouth of a lion will make any bargain with a lion to get it out.
Yeah. It's kind of what I was counting on.
I like that analogy.
At the very least, he seemed amicable to it.
I guess he's hoping to get his relic back so he doesn't explode.
Yeah. I didn't even mention that. His first thing was, do I get to go back to the city? I said no. But
I'm assuming you've secured a way to contact him.
oh, yeah. And he pulls out a burner. He's like, I don't use this for anything other than things I need to do untraceable.
And just keep tabs on him.
Yeah, That's the plan.
See if his reputation continues to proceed down one direction or another. Considering he came from money and let his power. All he wanted to do with his power was harm others in one way or another.
Yep.
Your grandfather goes, yeah, he probably didn't get enough lap time as a child. You know, grew up rich but didn't feel important to his parents, so he's going to make himself feel important.
The only way he knows how to feel good about himself is by putting other people down. Be that physically, mentally, emotionally.
No wonder he seems so out of sorts, considering we popped his bubble inside of a minute.
I'd be careful making deals with these sort of people, though.
That's why I didn't make any deals, Gramps. I just sort of offhandedly mentioned it, never agreed or disagreed to anything.
The only deal made was that he would leave, not speak of any of this, and never come back.
Is there a reason you didn't hand him over to the police?
Handing him over to the police would have been a farce of justice. With his connections, he would have been out in under a day and served no time.
Conversely, we now have in our possession what he was holding over them. To either continue to have that hold, which I'm very reluctant to do, because you taught me better than that, or to try to win their loyalty by returning it to them.
What is it? Your grandfather asked you, what is it exactly that they had over them that you've got now?
Police commissioner that was police commissioner that was
Corrupt.
sort of corrupt, bought out by gangs, fudged evidence. A city official that was in a hit and run that killed a girl, never got caught.
Oh, thank you for the resub there, Falcon Wolf.
And the woman who owns like the main newspaper in town and one of its affiliates. She's apparently cheating on her husband.
Your grandfather kind of raises an eyebrow.
So we have the information now with photo evidence, proof, etc. So me personally, I'm kind of the idea we meet with each one of them individually. No, Sasha, bad idea?
The police, I vote we turn it over to a higher power than him. If he's corrupt, what good is keeping a corrupt power in?
Well, I meant the city official and the newspaper lady. But
the city official killed someone.
Yeah, that's true.
There should be justice for that.
Perhaps we just hand them all over.
That would be ruining Miss Sandquist's that'd be dragging her personal business out.
How about we meet with Miss Sandquist and at least return it to her?
Make her aware that people are aware of it.
And having a favor with the lady who basically runs the written media in the city isn't bad.
Your grandfather nods his head.
So
how long if you don't talk to them? Talarius keeps hounding you about that.
I only did it once and a half. So we returned her evidence to her and the other two to higher power.
I'm sure this state has some kind of higher power outside of Olympus to turn it over to.
Ooh, Falcon's giving us all kinds of bits. Thank you, friend.
Yeah, thank you.
All the bits.
All the bits.
Tankus.
All the pretty bits.
He is indeed
Are
making
those
it rain.
narwhals? Oh, no, it's snowman? Oh.
It
I
better
don't
be
know what it
narwhals.
is.
It's
I'm totally down for some narwhals.
or is it a snow narwhal?
So
It's a cheer wall, so it's a narwhal, but it's melting like snow.
okay.
You know what? I'll take it. How about that?
Snow warp.
Yeah.
Snow Whirland.
So
Okay.
Carl was like, well, my pantheon is known to be able to get through bureaucracy really, really easily. So I can handle that if we need to.
Something for later.
Yeah. I mean, I needed the 2 people I trust most to give me the straight and narrow on this to tell me how much of a good or bad idea this was.
Your grandfather nods. I think turning over the 2 actual criminals is a fine ideal. Giving the woman her personal business back is probably the more moral thing to do. I guess one could debate whether or not you should alert her husband to it, but certainly certainly holding it over her head the way Mr. Durrance would be extremely immoral.
Perhaps a reminder of what's gone on will give her the encouragement to have a discussion with him herself,
We can hope.
lest it come out.
Okay. So, but as you can see, Gramps, I'm fine.
Well, I'm glad it went well. And hopefully you put this threat to the city down, so.
Well, that was part of the deal for James leaving, is that he takes his entire gang and leaves the city with them.
Oh, Falcon, you're killing me here. Alright. He would like y'all to have 8 boons and 7 banes.
I have many concerns.
That's a very that seems very specific and biblical.
8 boons and 7 banes. Okay.
Alright, I don't know if I can fit all those into one session, but
Do they all cancel out into just one boon?
I don't know.
One big ass boon. As you could say, it would be the bounty. I'll be here all week.
Yeah, I know you will. Well, so to the party?
To the party.
Yes.
well, you kids have fun.
Thanks, Gramps.
I'm going to head home, go to bed.
It was a pleasure
Alright.
meeting you.
It was nice meeting you. I hope to meet your entire band at some point. Looks at Connor.
I'll get around to it. I just wanted you
Bring
to
them
meet
all by for him to approve.
I just wanted you to meet the sane one first.
I thought that it was Robert.
Okay, so one of the 2 sane ones.
Robert's
Yeah,
a responsible
because-
adult. We have established this.
Yeah.
Wrong campaign.
Although although as they're leaving, he's like, like before he zooms off of Sasha, it's like, I guess I just kind of wish Dad would have shown up.
The night is young.
Your father's very proud of you.
Hmm?
He kind of looks
He looks
over the
back
2
at his
teacups
grandpa.
that he set on the counter.
Oh, so he came to have tea with you, and okay.
He was telling me how things had gone before you even got here. But he didn't have a lot of time. He was busy with something.
Well, I mean, he's a king. I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
And
and
also,
he's the king of monkeys. That's got to be hard. I mean, I've only had to keep one under control.
love you too, Gramps.
All right, go have fun.
Stop
Alright.
pouting. We're going to be late.
I'm the king of pouting. But he'll haul her off to the Rubicon.
All right. Y'all get there. The scene is pretty much like I described. Mythological creatures everywhere.
Ooh, nachos.
The ginormous
And
plate of
a
nachos.
giant plate of nachos. Like oversized pizza pan just covered in nachos.
Ooh, nachos. And Connor just people dig in.
Ah, I knew he was going to show up at some point.
What? I had to go. I promised Gramps that I would check in person once we were done.
And you
I
did.
apparently had to be adult supervision.
Yeah, basically.
But Robert's right here.
That's what I said.
What did we agree? I was the adult.
You're the
'Cause
oldest.
You're the oldest one here.
You're also
Okay.
the one from, like, Stone Folk.
You're
Okay,
also
fair.
responsible.
You're also the only one with like an actual like
An
job.
actual job.
Hey, I have one.
So do I.
Carrie, another round, please. This time making a strong mead.
She's like, I'll bring you the Norse stuff.
Fantastic.
Just like munching on like nachos. Where's Samuel? Is he like face full of nachos? Because these two are the ones I got it for. Samuel and Connor.
Oh yeah, Samuel has been scarfing it.
Connor's like anime thing just opens his mouth and just vacuum effect.
Oh,
Shit, it's Kirby.
Though much like the rest of you, Samuel also seems to be very taken with the
tall
waitress.
lady.
Yes. Carrie, the tall lady.
I mean, he's a satyr. I'm not surprised.
Satyrs are just horny on Maine.
They are, yeah, especially after dryads.
Well, we don't know she's a dryad.
Watch her be a dryad now.
No, I already know what she is. But
I'll actually ask here, does this place stay open all hours and just has different clientele depending on what time it is?
not exactly. You know, they still have to close at 2. Unless somebody has rented the place out for a private party.
I'll keep that in mind. I might want to do that at some point.
But she's like, but you know, the last couple of hours we're open, it tends to be kind of like this. Every now and then you get a looky loo local come in.
What the fuck? I'll look at just say, oh, thank you. I like it at this hour. It's more. I can't put my finger on it, but it's more comfortable than your regular mortals.
Well, there's no worries about having to hide, what you are or any of that. Not that most of us
Probably
bothered.
a lot. Yeah.
Let's see. Jaden.
Yes.
At some point in the evening, you have to visit the ladies' room. As you're coming back out, and this is, it's kind of in the back down a little hallway. As you're coming out, basically, you open the door, you're taking a step out, and an arrow lands in the doorframe.
Well, that leaves 2 people not having met their parents in game yet.
So I was just fine with that.
Well, I'm pretty sure you have. Jaden, I believe Jaden has talked to.
Not in session.
Yeah,
I thought she showed up in her apartment one time and they were talking.
No.
Nope. not in
That
session.
was Robert.
That was Robert.
Yeah. Now Jaden, Robert, and Talarius are the only ones that have met their divine parent/patron in game.
Hmm.
In game, like, yeah.
I mean, like Connor technically met his when he was born, but
Yeah.
But
Back
it
to the
hasn't
arrow.
happened in
Born.
game.
But back to the arrow.
Anyway, yes, there's an arrow over there.
Nice shot.
Of course, only your uncle can match me.
See you here.
I mean, a Moor may try, but he's shooting people. There's hardly a challenge to that.
Please don't get into another competition.
She walks up, gives you a little hug.
She'll hug back.
You and your band did very well tonight.
I mean, after Connor kind of took James out, and they all imploded.
She's like, Someone bound elementals to them.
Yeah. Apparently, with him having a necklace on, they weren't imploding.
Probably something that kept them bound to the wearer and kept those elemental spirits from maturing too quickly.
Mm-hmm. It was interesting, to say the least.
It's a little disturbing. Though to this nose, it reeks of mortal magics. But I don't know for sure. That's not really what I'm here about. Though I did want to tell you what a good job you did.
Thank you.
Don't cut your party short or anything. But I have a hunt for you and your band.
Okay.
Something to the north of your city. Oh, well to the north of your city. There's something up there hunting men. Well, mortals. As far as I know, it's not just hunting males. I might have left it alone then. But anyway.
That's about right.
But,
Okay.
I don't know what it is. I don't have time to go check it out. It reeks of the Titans. But I don't think it's anything you and your band can't handle.
Okay. I will let them know probably in the morning.
Yeah, that should be fine. A good victory deserves a good celebration.
Yeah. And
Though your
this will be
band
a-
does need to come up with a name before others name you.
yeah, we
Settled
haven't
GM.
gotten around to the part of actually doing that with everything going on. So maybe tonight we'll come up with a name as we're drinking to our victory.
I cannot wait to hear what y'all drunkenly name yourselves. May Dionysus bless your creativity.
That'll be one to take the cake, I tell you that.
And unlike Robert's dad, she actually comes out and has a drink with y'all and kind of meets the band.
I should be like,
Hey,
so this is my mom.
Connor looks like he's about to start stalking. He's like, I'm gonna stay quiet.
Uh,
It goes back to eating nachos.
Hello, Auntie.
Well, you know, she does. When she walks up, she is holding her bow in one hand and has a quiver on the back.
Yeah.
And when she first up to the room, everybody in the room kind of goes quiet and looks at her.
Oh shit.
Hey, Auntie.
Yeah.
Oh, little Telarius.
Oh, great. I've been talked about by my father.
He was very excited when you were born.
Why?
His wife was not.
I can imagine.
Surprisingly for a love god, he doesn't produce a lot of children.
No, not surprising. He has to deal with a lot of children. Fertility god, maybe. Or whatever her name is, Aphrodite.
Artemis kind of leans back and I'd be very careful about offending your grandmother.
I'm not offending her. I'm just saying there's a difference between a love god and a fertility god. Fertility god more likely to have offspring.
This is true. It's actually a good
What
way
brings
to.
you?
It's actually a good way to divide your father from the other Eros.
Yeah. What brings you over here?
I was congratulating my daughter on how on y'all's job tonight.
Who knew going at light speed with the staff would be just a trick?
Yeah, you know, it's a little more brute force than I would have expected, but
I can do both.
I'm sure. I'm sure. But she doesn't stay long.
Just then, yeah, just then, like the most, the briefest hit of like inspiration hits for Telarius. They look at their mug. How about it afflictio?
What?
It afflictio.
I'm not even gonna attempt to pronounce that.
The disasters.
For what?
I don't know.
If
if right, we don't have a name yet.
and if Artemis hasn't left yet, she'd look at her and be like, "See, I told you, it'll take the cake."
Artemis orders another round for you, and you know, then says her goodbye.
I mean, it's fitting, and it isn't just simply the disasters in common English.
It's my only bit of Latin.
You took Latin and all that. That's all you remember?
You remember what you want to remember.
Okay.
Connor just
If it works
pauses,
for you, it works for me.
pauses munching. Honestly, I was kind of thinking like my crazy brain, you know how it is. What I've been kind of thinking of was like Black Lotus.
Kind of sounds like a crime syndicate.
It kind of does.
That's a $6,000 magic card.
What? Never mind.
Everybody else was looking like, what? Nerd?
Let me think of something else.
Just throw
We're
it
just gonna do
all
a whole
kind of
other
in the
session.
group chat.
As y'all are discussing this, you know, a couple of the patrons get up and leave. Then you have a rather large guy come in. I mean, somebody, if you saw him in real life, you go, that's a pretty big dude. Nothing like supernaturally big.
Mm-hmm.
Like Yao Ming sized, not like an ogre.
Yeah. But he comes strolling in. He's got 4 young ladies with him, and all of them are kind of like, ooh, when they see all the strangeness in the room.
Mm-hmm.
He walks in like he owns the place. Goes over, sits down at a table. They sit down with him. He kind of gives a sharp whistle and raises his hand. You see Carrie look at him and kind of roll her eyes.
Troublesome regular?
Just kind of a douche. No, he doesn't really cause any trouble here, but she walks over, takes the order. Once she walks off, you notice he's looking over at y'all's table. Specifically, he seems to be looking at Sasha and Jaden.
Pointedly looks up and down and looks away.
Jaden will just like roll her eyes and dig in some more nachos.
Yes, by all means. I got way more than I'll ever eat in like a week.
He just smiles really big at y'all's reaction.
Yeah, douchebag. That tracks.
The women at the table seem to notice where his attention is, and they're looking daggers at y'all's table. And then proceed to, try to keep his attention.
Mm-hmm. Looks like you have a fan, Sasha.
I've had fans. I don't want fans.
You get used to it. The creepy ones kind of get sorted out by the less
Police?
creepy ones. That too. I don't know about this guy though. I don't know if the police are necessarily gonna get this one. Doesn't seem to be divine in nature. Just a dude with probably a lot of money. But I have been wrong before.
Yeah, you're not sensing any magical objects on him or anything. For those of you who are capable of such things.
Yeah.
But see y'all party on for a while. This other guy, his little group's just drinking.
At what point Connor will actually write down on a piece of paper Ignis Aeternum and then slides it over to Sasha's like, what do you think?
What does it mean?
Eternal Flame.
Honestly, we are all a bit of disasters.
Mix the two names. Be the Flaming Disasters. It's as close as you can get
Yes.
the dumpster fire in Latin.
What is Latin for flaming dog poop?
Do you really want our group to be known as disasters, though? What kind of a...
Are we not?
No, not really.
Disasters can be a force for good.
Tell that to people
No.
in Pompeii.
Not really. Disasters are almost exclusively bad.
That's not true.
It's very
Mo-
true.
Living
Ask
proof.
Moses. Some of them were good.
Moses supposes his toes are roses. Oh,
What?
Robert
Don't
was
worry.
drinking. Robert was drinking for the rest of y'all. Stay with that.
I think the Norse maid has
Rob-
completely sloshed or hit Robert.
Robert hit that Norse mead a little too hard.
They overestimated Robert's ability to keep down the maid.
I just do not want to be known as a disaster.
You think
And
it's too much of a...
Sealy, it'd be a mouthful to say flaming disasters in Latin. I looked it up, and I'm gonna put it in chat.
BRB
Okay.
again, phone.
No.
Oh god, that is a lot.
Yeah.
We can name ourselves Ignis a tournament if you want. I just thought I'd...
I don't think it sounds
Put
better
some
than being a
forward.
disaster.
Fire's devastating. Disastrous. Can create too, I guess, but so can disasters.
It can create, it can warm, it can purify. And us being of a divine nature, unless we go and do something dumb, we are kind of eternal.
You need to be aware that a lot of demigods don't make it.
Yeah.
But yes, everything goes well.
That's
We
why I
play our
said.
cards right, I
That's why I said
suppose.
if everything goes well.
Immortality doesn't necessarily mean you live forever. You just live longer than mortals. By definition.
Besides, play our cards right, we could be the sort of the guiding flame for the city.
We're already on our way there.
Personally, I like my idea, but also because
Well,
it's my idea.
We'll put it to a vote.
Okay.
When Sasha gets back from the bathroom.
So while y'all are debating this, Carrie comes up with a drink. She walks up next to Jaden. Somebody bought you this drink.
Mm-hmm.
Do we get to have 3 guesses and the first 2 don't count?
Do you want it?
What is it?
One of the it's a beer from one of the like local microbreweries here in town. Yeah, it's nothing too fancy, but you know, it's a decent like looking dark beer.
I'll take it.
When you take it, she kind of gestures over to the to the table. Y'all all know who it was going to be.
If she keels over, I know who I'm kicking out the door ass first.
But once you take a drink of it, though, he'll kind of toast you.
And she'll toast back and drink it and continue eating nachos because there's a big fucking thing of nachos. And that's all she's.
None of the ladies with him look happy about this exchange at all.
That sounds about right.
Testing. I accidentally unplugged my headset on the way out.
You're back.
You are back.
Cool.
Jaden had gotten a drink from the gentleman that came in with the other ladies.
Congrats.
Sasha
would be like, make sure it's not poison.
Carrie's like, oh no, he's.
What is he?
He's kind of a jackass. He's not going to poison somebody.
No, but I mean, is he the supernatural variety?
Yeah, he's about like y'all. I don't know any specifics. But he's always in here with a gaggle of. Well, you see him. Yeah, she's like, it's not always the same group or the same number,
Hmm.
And he always seems to be trying to add to his collection.
Good luck with that.
Well, taking his drink probably encouraged him, but
He's not my cup of tea.
She's like, yeah, mine either.
I take it he's tried to add you to his personal insecurity harem.
Oh yeah, a time or two.
Is that why you're hanging out over here with us?
Well, no, I had to bring her the drink.
Well,
You can sit if you want. It's fine.
So no, we got a whole room full of folks to
working.
keep up with.
Well, I meant like so you're not over there as much as possible, but okay, that works too.
Well, the way his little group is looking at Jaden right now, they tend to look at me like that too. So I don't need the drama.
All right.
Yeah, about that. Then she sees somebody else that needs something.
Oh, before she was like, oh, by the way, can I get some rice wine if you have it?
I think we've got some in the back.
Okay, thanks.
So anyway, your partying starts to wind down. It's getting close to the bar closing.
All right. Before we go, all in favor of eat the flick deal? Raise your hand.
I think these choices should be made while sober.
Too late.
But I told
All
my
in favor
mom we
of
were
Eris
gonna
and Burnham.
make this while we were drunk.
All in favor of Ignis Aeternum? Raise your hand.
Connor will raise his hand.
How many Connors?
He summons a clone just for this.
No, it's just him. So it's 2 versus 2.
Sasha, the only one who literally hasn't voted.
Yeah.
Sasha's just like, I'm staying out of this.
You're literally the tiebreaker.
Yes, I don't need that kind of guilt on my conscience.
I'm not gonna feel guilty if you pick his.
I doubt he's gonna feel guilty if you pick the other one. I mean,
Kind of like face palms for a moment.
Samuel's looking around. She's the tiebreaker. What am I, chopped liver?
Yeah, ask Samuel. Samuel.
And then Samuel passes out in his nachos. He'd been drinking as long as Robert.
That tracks.
He pats Samuel on the head. So yes, he is.
see, even he's a disaster. So I mean, there we go.
But do we... Well, we are a bit messy. Being known as people that pass out in their nachos might not be the best look, should we need to have a look in the future.
I do take a picture of Samuel passed out in the nachos.
In his defense, there's not a lot of room on the table that isn't nachos. So it's covered with nachos.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all all put a decent dents in your sides.
Yeah.
I will toss my hat in for Ignis Aeternum. Ignis is a commonly known Latin word, so it is at least more recognizable and less of a mouthful.
That's fine. Like I said, I'm not gonna feel because they've also been drinking.
that they'll wake up hungover in the morning and badmouth you on the internet for your poor choice in names.
How dare
This
she,
fucking
Vic?
This fucking bitch.
That snaky bitch.
All right. So as y'all are getting up and getting ready to go, the fellow at the next table over kind of slides over to talk to Jaden. Hi.
Hi.
I just wanted to talk to you before you left.
Hmm.
I think I've seen you on TV.
Probably.
Sounds like you really know how to handle yourself. I'm just going to be straight with you. I'm very attracted to strong women. Kind of holds a hand out. Oh, I'm Chad, by the way.
Nice to meet you, and good for you that you're attracted to very strong women.
She's a fucking Chad.
It's like Chad's a bit
She's-
on the nose.
Yeah, she's gonna go look at Robert and be like, "Can you drop me off home tonight? I don't feel like walking."
I think your buddy's about as... I think your buddy may have had more to drink than you did.
It's fine. I'll get us an Uber.
I mean,
Claire's
even if
getting
you
up very sloppily.
did, it's still fine. Trust him. Please stop
Sasha,
it,
the only
gorgeous.
sober one, helping Hilarious up.
No,
Let's go there.
Connor's fairly sober too. He hasn't had a lot. He had some rice wine, but he mostly ate
I am
nachos.
now a cat. Help.
Well,
And the
then,
entire time he's talking to you, all of those women look at you like they would like to murder you where you're sitting. Like there's an intensity there that's almost creepy.
Does Larry see them in their drunken stupor?
Yes.
Okay. Just kind of like this, like their eyes make eye contact with one of the side pieces, and just like very drunkenly activates, spurt it out.
Oh no.
Oh no!
All right.
Disasters might have been a better name.
See?
Well, he's drunk right now, but still.
Hilarious is gonna
Latin.
prove a point.
Hilarious
Drunken
was speaking for
disasters.
himself.
Drunk.
Hilarious is gonna prove a point
Yeah.
that we are disastrous.
No, Tularius has proven a point that they're a disaster.
Okay, so what just spurts out of this poor lady?
Whatever's on the top of her head.
Uh-huh.
Then
like
it's probably something like, that man's still in a hussy.
I'm gonna keep
Over
that
there,
for a little while.
takes his drink. Now she's playing hard to get. I'm already having to compete with these bees. Never mind the ones at home. And about that time, she catches that she's spewing, kind of like.
Oversharing.
At that point, Connor just slowly turns and looks at Chad's like, you know what? Your name is very on the nose.
What's that supposed to mean? And he kind of squares up to you.
Means
Connor
you're an
just smiled.
asshole.
Means you're a douche.
Connor's sitting here going, he ain't saying a damn thing about this. He just said his name was on the nose. They're the ones talking.
Sasha's like, we survived the entire fight with frickin' James Dornan, and now we're gonna get our asses kicked at the after party.
No, we're not.
And she's just saying that out loud. She's just kind of looking at the heavens like,
Oh, okay.
my band.
Yeah.
By that time, Carrie kind of slides up. All right, folks, it's closing time. We've gone all night without any trouble. We're going to finish the night without any trouble.
You're really pretty.
Thank you, hun. So are you.
Ah.
Come on, let's get you out of here before you say anything else you may regret when sober.
I'm not gonna regret that when I'm sober. I'm right.
Yes, you are
Mm.
right. She's a very pretty lady, but you need to maybe keep this internal monologue internal.
While
Eh.
that conversation kind of got Chad distracted, you see Carrie kind of gesture to his ladies, and they all come over and start, trying to talk him into going home. Though they're not very forceful in their approach. But
I'll deactivate as I leave. Just deactivate Spirit out.
Question for the story guide.
mm-hmm.
Would Sasha's occult knowledge allow her to possibly identify who this guy may be aligned to as far as a god? Just based on kind of like the...
Just based on what little interaction you've had now,
Probably no.
no.
Okay.
Love god, maybe, fertility god, maybe, somebody...
God of drunken hussies.
Sure. I was thinking about somebody along the lines of like Hercules, who, it's not necessarily his preview or whatever, but purview, but kind of that over the top hero type that might have a bunch of
hanger-ons.
Flunkies. No, not flunkies. What am I looking for? Not floozies.
Adoring fans.
Yes. We'll go with that. I mean, the way he squared up against Connor, might just be him being a Chad, or maybe he actually knows how to handle himself.
Come on, let's get you back to your apartment. Come on.
You
I'll have a look at that
you're
necklace.
you're really pretty too.
I know. Let's go. Come
I
on.
don't know if you know that. You don't know.
I appreciate the compliment. Come on. Let's go get you some water and some aspirin.
Why is everything spinning?
Because you're drunk off your ass. Let's go.
So with Carrie kind of playing referee, she gets Chad and his group out the door first. And
Trying to maneuver Samuel out. Got Nacho stuck to his horn.
That would be impressive. I guess they do get soggy with bean and cheese then.
Yeah.
So y'all get out there. Y'all are waiting y'all's Uber. You see Chad and his entourage load into his Mustang.
Mustang, that's on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
And then he kind of squeals tires leaving the parking lot. Sounds like he may have taken the muffler off or disabled it in some way. It's a very loud car.
I've never thought I'd meet an actual Chad.
I knew a million people like that in high school. That's too real, Jason.
Getting flashbacks.
I got flashbacks.
Just standing there like dun 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 dun.
Yeah, I've got something like that in my neighborhood, but it's a truck, not a Mustang. He's clearly done something to the muffler.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
If they get to my place, and Sasha looking at the amulet.
Yeah, Sasha would go back just to look at the amulet before she would go home. She actually probably crash.
I think we're probably all gonna stop at Hilarious because Spruce is there.
Yeah, we have to pick up pets at the very
Yeah.
least.
Yeah.
She will definitely look at that necklace.
Hilarious is like crashed out on a couch.
Samuel has woken up enough that he can stumble to bed, though he doesn't bother to peel the nacho off of that's still stuck to his cheek off before he crashes into bed.
Oh, that's gonna leave an interesting stain. Okay.
Sasha, we're friends, right?
Yes, Hilarious, we're friends.
Ah, I got her to say it.
I wasn't aware that was a trick.
Connor, having been quiet this whole time, something pops up. I wasn't aware it was a trick either.
We all killed men together. I suppose that makes us friends, right?
Yeah, more or less.
Okay. Necklace.
Is everybody passed out but Sasha and Connor?
I'd say Robert's probably like just propped up against a couch or something, or just got like kind of sitting up just lazily, like.
Jaden is giving Spruce all the love.
Hilarious is knocked out on the couch.
Hilarious probably has like a giant alligator head on top of his head, just like, this is a good rest.
Sasha.
Hmm?
Wait, when you're done with that, will you let me look at it? Not, of course, not tonight, but I'd like to look at it too.
I mean, I'm not going to take it or anything. I'm just going to, I might take some pictures of it and see if I can get a feel for it.
Well, the reason why I ask is because if it proves of value and we can make more of it, I could probably learn how to make it. May not be exact, but I could probably make us more.
I don't know if I would feel comfortable with our group binding elementals into the flesh of humans.
No, you misunderstand. This is just more of a bargaining chip in case we need this kind of thing for later. Not actually mass produce it, of course. Sorry, I like to tinker and I haven't had a chance in a while. So this would be just something for fun.
As long as you don't produce any, I don't see why there should be a problem you looking at it.
Yeah, I just like you. I want to look. I know you're doing more spiritual stuff, right? Yeah, spiritual stuff.
Sure.
You handle the spiritual aspect. I'll handle physical.
Okay. You take a nap there.
I'm probably going to just give
Okay. And she's going to like study the necklace.
Give me an occult roll.
Drunken friends.
Occult and intellect.
Question.
Yes.
Since she is specialized in occult and death and spirits, does they get any additional dash?
It's not death related.
Okay.
Is it spirit related though?
Not in a spirits of the dead sort of way, no.
Okay. 3 successes.
Okay, 3 successes is pretty good though. You can see where the amulet was made to suppress something, bind something. You don't think it would have been what bound the elementals to these people, but it's like it was holding them in check to some degree, at least.
Okay.
The symbols on the thing all come off as there's bits and pieces from different cultures, One unifying thing is it's all kind of stuff that was used in Europe in like the 1800s. We had a big uptick in interest in the occult and all these like little secret orders and stuff. It's the kind of mishmash they would have used. Most of the symbols are, of course, a lot older than that, like I said. But
Yeah. Oh.
There's nothing in it that you can identify as like a particular,
Pantheon.
lodge or coven or a particular like magical order that occurs to you.
Okay. No particular pantheon or anything. It's just a mishmash of symbols.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the kind of magic humans will figure out on their own sometimes.
Yeah. She will make sure to take pretty thorough pictures, from all sizes, and put something, if she can hunt down a ruler or something to put beside it to get so it has a measurement and everything. Sure.
The necklace itself does not appear to be very old. However, the center part of the amulet looks like it may be an old Roman coin that they've then gone and put these markings, carved these markings into.
Okay. She'll look over at Connor. Where's that safe?
Back at the safe house. I can go get it.
The safe has its own house now.
The safe's house.
Well,
just for the time being, so it doesn't draw any supernatural eyes to this location, since it is known as a place our band frequents.
Mm-hmm.
Would you be okay with securing it in there?
Hmm.
Or perhaps, does she get the feeling that this is something that could be tracked? She can kind of see magical items. Is it something that could be... Does she know if there's a way for people to, like, pinpoint track a particular item?
No, she does not know of any specific way to do that.
Okay.
Theoretically, is it possible? Maybe.
Yeah, but it would take some kind of beefy... It would take
It would take something beefy. Maybe the people that made it could do it.
Okay.
But that's still...
But they have...
at any sort of great distance, that's going to be very hard to pull off.
Okay. And she's like, cancel that, never mind. I'm just being a little paranoid about this.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, I get it.
It should be okay here. It was fine while we were at the party, so...
Mm.
Alright, so if nothing else, everybody eventually goes to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clarice wakes up at like 4 instead of noon.
They just...
AM?
They probably got home at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
No. They probably got home at like 2.
Or the bar closed
So the bar
at 2.
closed at 2. So.
Yeah, they
doesn't
told us
take...
we had to go home.
Yeah, it doesn't take that long. It wasn't that far from my place in particular, as I recall.
So it was probably 2:30 when you got home.
Yeah, 2:30, 3 o'clock, somewhere in there.
So anyway,
Probably
next
wakes
day...
up to Sasha poking him with a stick at 4 p.m. Is he dead?
Oh.
I would know if he was dead, right?
I mean,
or if they were dead.
I'm up.
Are you sure?
Oh, shit. Up as I'm getting.
Water, aspirin, toast.
Thank.
You hear a clomp, clomp, clomp. I'll take some of that too.
Water, aspirin, toast, wet
Sam
wipe for the
reaches
nacho.
up, scratches his cheek, comes off with that nacho. Huh.
That's all right. Waste not, want not.
There's not as good left over. that cotton?
No, they're not. What do we got about the thing?
It's a mishmash of symbols and such with no defined pantheon. It's meant more to bind than to control.
Oh, we knew that already, right?
I was hoping you'd have a clue as to where it came from, as far as who gave it to him. It's a Roman coin, but anyone can get a Roman coin if they try hard enough.
That's true.
It's easy enough to just ask a god or whatever. Yes.
You would
And
think.
Connor around that time will pull out the burner phone, shoot a text. Hey, where'd you get that amulet from?
We asked him last night.
We did ask him last night.
Did we?
Mhm.
Yeah, he
did
didn't
not
know the name of
Yeah,
the guy.
he did not know.
He's pretty sure it was an
Okay.
alumni,
Alrighty.
former.
So never mind. He won't shoot that message out because I thought he said he didn't know the name of the guy who got him in contact with that power. I didn't know that was
Right.
where he got the amulet from. I misunderstood.
I can go back over the list of alumni, see if anything potentially ticks supernatural.
Well, if
Oh.
they can take the memory out of someone, surely they can wipe public records.
If they care enough to, yes. But they might just be in a picture.
All right. Well, let's see if we see someone whose name doesn't line up somewhere on the graduation. Yes.
It'll give me something to do while we're. I don't know. Are we taking a break? Or
No.
we aren't?
Break.
Why not?
Mom
What?
talked to me last night before we started drinking. She has a hunt for us.
And that includes me and Robert.
And me.
For the band. So yes.
Well, I mean, Robert and I specifically we consider ourselves as male and Artemis.
But she said the band.
Okay.
All of us.
The band.
All right.
Getting the band back together.
Apparently, very far north of the city, something's been hunting mortals. Oh, she says she thinks it reeks of the Titans.
It would be
So
worth
we're the
checking
cleanup
out.
crew. Okay.
I can beat up.
She's only sending us for this hunt because it's not just hunting men. She said men, and then she fixed herself to say, well, humans. So women are being killed, and she's not happy. So off we go to see what this is.
Yep.
I guess.
I
Did she-
suggest we give everyone a day to completely sober up before we go.
Yeah.
Oh no, I mean, not like this very second, no. But yeah, we got a new mission to do.
All right. I will look for information in regards to perhaps who this benefactor might be for Dornan. And were there story guide?
Mm-hmm.
Have there been any news, anything on the local news about missing people in the cities to the north?
Nothing that's made like the front page or anything. As you poke around, there has been an uptick in disappearances.
Okay.
Hilarious. So peruse social media for stuff like that. Like some of those posts are like, why isn't anyone talking about this?
Interestingly, you get a report back from a response back from somebody that runs a cryptid website. that I have been talking about this.
Mm.
I suspect it's rabid Bigfoots.
Naturally.
From where?
That's why we
No,
can't
he
find
says
them. They can't
rabid
be caught on
squats.
videos.
Give me a bit. Larissa called their mother.
I'm gonna go back to check on my grandparents. I haven't been back yet.
And you
They're
did tell
probably
you
worried.
to be there in the morning, and now it's 4 p.m. So
She would have sent a text like, "It was a long night. I'm making sure everyone is okay. I will be home for dinner." She will send a picture probably of like drunken, passed out friends.
Connor sitting on the couch somewhere, just messing around on his phone.
looking perfectly sober.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, just getting up, stretch my legs a bit.
No problem.
I had to do that in a bit too.
So you swing by. Eat with your grandparents. You walk in. Your grandmother comes up, looks you over.
She like holds out the arms, does a spin. I'm fine.
Gives you a hug.
Gives her a hug back.
Yeah, you don't smell of alcohol.
I was mostly the one keeping everyone. I was the drunk herder.
Your grandpa shakes his head. That doesn't sound like a lot of fun. I wouldn't know. I always left that job to your grandmother.
Yes, I do take after grandmother.
So was the stuff you were involved in the stuff with like the empty people? Oh, it's been all over the news.
Oh, the empty people.
Yeah, police responded to a van that was like all shot up, like machine gun shot up.
That's what they're calling them.
And a block or so over, they found a building that had been broken into. Had a
Bless
few
you.
Alpha Dawgz just
Bless
laid
you.
out, and then like 2 or 3 people. It's like just their split open skin.
Ew.
Yes, they were housing elementals.
You mean like off the periodic table? Like they had, plutonium or
No,
something?
forces of fire, lightning, stone.
Oh, okay. I take it that's unhealthy.
Apparently for the long term and unsupervised, untaught.
Your grandmother's like, oh, so what you had were some punks messing around with stuff they didn't understand, and it bit them in the ass.
Essentially.
Okay.
Yes.
You weren't making people explode. Okay.
No.
So that was all your friends you sent me pictures of? Your
Yes,
grandmother's
those are my
pulled out the
friends.
phone, and she stops on the picture of Connor. He doesn't look particularly drunk.
He was not particularly drunk.
Oh, well, good. Maybe that shows he's a little stable.
Grandmother.
What? I wouldn't want you dating some drunk.
I'm going to go wash up
I'm
and
just
have
saying,
a
you do
lovely
something like
dinner
that.
with you.
That's how you get stuck with somebody like your granddad, and she elbows him as she walks by.
Oh, you seem to be fine.
But your granddad's got a few more questions about the fight. He particularly likes the whole baseball batting somebody through a wall.
He would.
He's like, yeah, I think I like that boy. Let him know if he touches you, I kill him.
Okay.
Well, he's protective.
Well, yeah, but she's just like, I could totally kill somebody myself. It's fine.
Oh, she's looking at it from the logical standpoint. Well, I could just kill him if I needed to.
Yeah, I could kill him. I have a crocodile.
Did you bring the crocodile with you?
Oh, yeah, she would have brought Smoochums back home.
All right. So it's a few minutes early, but we really don't have time to get into anything about the hunt. So I guess we're going to go ahead and just wrap here. Any of the rest of you, if you poked around online or watched the TV, you would find the police reports about this. Your names come up as they are wondering if you could have been involved, given these supernatural circumstances. But it's idle speculation from some of the newscasters, not the police aren't vocally talking about it.
If we can, real quick, actually, since his grandpa and Sasha both said probably a good idea, Connor actually would get the evidence from the. My brain is a blank right now. Newscaster.
The safe house. Oh, I got you.
I forget her name already.
Victoria or Viola? Violetta?
Violetta. Fanquist.
Violet. Yeah.
Violetta.
Yeah, he will get that folder, and he'll actually go to her place of business. He'll have it like in a backpack. Like, hey, come in with Violetta, please.
Do you have an appointment?
No, but you can tell her that it's Connor Hughes.
Very well. And you know, she calls. Identifies that you're Connor Hughes. Oh, okay. Very well, man. She'll see you right away.
Thank you.
And she directs you to the elevator and what floor to go to.
And he'll go up.
As the door opens, there's a woman already approaching the elevator. Mr. Hughes.
Yes.
I'm Violetta. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you as well.
What brings you by?
Well, it's something that I need to speak with you about in private.
Oh, of course. Now, if this is about some sort of interview...
It isn't, unfortunately. You'll understand when I mention it.
All right, right this way.
Okay.
She takes you to the office, shuts the door. Well, what is it you need to discuss with me?
Well, I discussed this with a few people that I discussed with my grandfather because I needed a second opinion, considering where we found it. But we were dealing with some offshoots of the Alpha Dawgz. We ran across some, shall we say, evidence.
She starts looking really tense about now.
And he'll reach into his backpack and he'll pull out the folder with her name on it.
I see. And, what are you planning to do with this evidence?
Well, let's see. Would you like the more political answer or the truthful one, which I'm more inclined to give?
We'll go with the truthful one.
He just slaps the folder down in front of her.
She hesitates for a second and then reaches out and takes it. Starts looking through it, Pulls out the flash drive.
Sure as to do with it you please.
Have you made a copy or anything?
No.
No. Well, thank you.
As far as I'm aware, of the ones with evidence we found, you had no criminal involvement in anything.
So no, they did not. They were not. They weren't holding any sort of crime over my head. No, it's all just of a personal nature. She glances at some of the printed out photos there. Well, I guess you know what it was.
I do. All all my band and I are asking is that you just work with us. You
Yeah.
you still do everything you need to do, business as usual. Just we might need some help now and again.
She goes, "You want me to keep my ear to the ground, sort of thing." Yeah.
Basically, it's always good to have a, to pardon the colloquialism, a media mogul on your side.
Well, so far you seem to be moving to help the city, and you've certainly helped me out with this.
That was the hope.
She's like, "Okay, yeah, I can do that. You've made a friend. Thank you. This is actually quite a relief."
Oh, we can. I'll have to discuss it with the rest of my band later, since we are now in a professional arrangement. Would you might want to, if they agree with it, be the one to help break the story of the other pieces of evidence we found of a more criminal nature?
Oh yes. She opens a drawer and just slide. All the evidence you get her goes into this drawer, and then she's
I didn't
back to
bring it
business.
with me.
Oh, okay.
However, it's something I need to work with them first, figure out what we want to do. This one was something that we agreed upon because there's nothing criminal here. So
Well, yes. If you've got people on the take or whatever, it would be our duty, basically, our job, our purpose to bring that kind of knowledge to the public.
sure, I
Yeah.
will.
As long as
I'll
it's
mention-
not anything like you said, a personal nature like mine was.
It is not. These are considerably more heinous.
Then yes, we would definitely. I would definitely be interested in that, either through the paper or through my local television station.
Sure. Well then, and he'll stand. That is all I had for now. I just wanted to get this meeting out of the way, return this to you, so that you might be a little bit lighter of heart. Though I would say you might want to choose.
I'll take that under advisement.
Or if you want to, this is my father coming out of me, but who knows? He might like you both.
Well, it was very nice of you to come by. Once you spoken with your band, and
He
she's
just-
getting up like ushering you out at this point.
yeah, Connor just grins like, sorry, I had to make the joke. That's my father coming out of me.
Yes, well, that and you're a man, I understand.
No, I'm only interested in one woman.
Everyone's grandmother.
Look at there.
Yeah.
And before he leaves, he'll offer his hand to her again.
Yeah, she'll shake hands with you.
And he'll say, well, the Ignis Aeternum band thanks you.
She pauses for a minute and thinks, "Eternal flame? Or eternal fire? Or something like that?"
Correct.
It's been a long time since my Latin classes, but I think I've heard it.
Hopefully we can be a light in the dark for the city.
She's like, "Ooh, I like that."
Well, have a nice day.
You too. I hope to hear from you soon.
Okay.
All right.
Then he'll-
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. Then he'll come back and then he'll tell them like, hey, I did this.
This is the thing I do.
Got us some contact.
You did
The
what?
media again?
No?
God, how many times do I have to? They are soulless bastards. They want one thing. They want the clicks.
Yeah.
Same thing to Hilarious once.
So it's good to have one in our pocket. One who controls a considerable chunk of the media in this town.
Totally has got nothing to that.
I guess. No, they don't.
Besides, we can also, I mentioned those other pieces of evidence that we got of a more criminal nature. we can use her as a platform to push them out into the light.
As long as we're not getting, I really have to get you guys through media training. I'm doing that next time.
Well, yeah, I might be busy.
Actually,
next
Hilarious
But-
has got a whole point.
Yeah, they do have a PowerPoint. If they don't, they'll have one ready.
PowerPoint. There's an HR video.
All right.
No one will listen to.
So here's where we're at.
Okay.
This pretty well, this completely wraps up the Alpha Dawgz stuff. Not that certain characters may not pop back up, but anyway.
Yeah.
So next week we will start essentially the second story arc of the campaign. Go ahead and bump y'all's legend up to 2.
Yes.
Da-da-da-da.
I don't think we get any special bonuses for that until we hit.
Not
3
really. You can
legend.
just you've got more legend to activate stuff with for the
Yeah.
for the knacks that require that.
Yeah, I think it's at Legend 3 we get a 3rd boon, and we get another calling point once we hit Legend 3.
But
But-
So anyway, that's it for us. Let's see. Nothing's going. Is there anything going on this Wednesday?
There is.
Yeah.
I'm
JT's
in
got
a
his-
one shot.
Okay, I was thinking this was the week. So we got a one shot tomorrow. I have no idea
Yeah.
what game it is or any of that. But
It's 5e.
okay, so D&D tomorrow. I think a brand new GM to Dire Bear.
Yeah, this is his first time ever DMing on Dire Bear.
Oh, on Dire Bear. Okay.
No. It's his first time, period. But it's first time, and it's gonna be on Dire
Brave individual.
Trial by fire.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've ever done this. I'm gonna do it on
Trial by
camera.
fire.
I mean, that's what happened to me with Adventure League, honestly. Because they're like, we need a DM. Eric!
Well, Adventures League, at least you've got everything kind of pre-done. But anyway,
I
we
didn't.
got
I
that
literally got thrown in the
tomorrow.
middle of it.
Then we have the Stolen Cities on Saturday. And I can't remember if something was starting up Monday.
Heath is playing Baldur's Gate 3 with Otter.
That's right. That was going to be I knew they did that yesterday, but that's going to be a mini-series kind of thing. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we'll be back on Tuesday, so hope everybody that dropped by today will drop by again then.
Got to use all those boons and banes.
Oh, yes. And the way that's going to work is basically that's all going to be momentum.
Momentum intention.
Intention, yes.
Nice.
I always forget what tension's called, but yes.
So what, we add 8 momentum to our pool?
Yep. So y'all are sitting at 10 momentum currently.
Okay.
No, we're
Jesus
sitting at
Christ.
11.
Yeah, we are sitting at 11 now. Because we're
Because
at 3
we
momentum.
have 3 already.
Okay.
We
Because
did get-
someone.
And I'm
Well,
sitting
yeah.
at 12 tension.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Now let's not all spend it at once.
Can I use
No
11
promises.
momentum dice, guys?
So you
I
said we
really want
had
to make sure.
11 momentum, right?
We do have
Yeah,
11
11 momentum.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, I was your
Alright.
story guide for the evening, Jason, and with me has been Sarah playing Sasha, Rap playing Jaden, Duba playing Robert, Decca playing Talarius, and Eric playing Connor. And we will see y'all next time.
Night.